teenagers with shotguns. New next.
Across the country, it's time for America's favorite jackpot game. Get ready, everybody. This is Powerball. Good evening, America. I'm Laura Johnson. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth a guaranteed $120 million, so get those tickets out. Let's play. That first number up is 8, followed by the number 44. Tonight we're going to meet Srijal, who won $50,000 playing Powerball. Congratulations, Srijal. Now for the rest of those numbers, we've got 61, 51, rounding it out tonight with 27. Your Powerball number tonight is 14, and your Power Play multiplier is 3. Let's take
A woman carjacked in her own driveway late at night. The suspects followed her home.
I hear a click on the right of my window and a click on the left of my window, and they are two sawed-off shotguns.
The message she has for anyone who feels they're in danger.
Live, local, late-breaking. This is the Channel 2 Action News Nightbeat. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening. I'm Justin Farmer.
I'm Jovita Moore. A group of men carjacked the woman at gunpoint on her driveway. You can see in this Ring doorbell video, a group of the robbers got out of a car and approached the woman who was still in her car. She told us she believes they followed her. New at 11, Channel 2's Matt Johnson is live in South Fulton County. And Matt, she said she just felt like something was wrong.
Yeah, this victim has felt followed before in the past, but those feelings have turned out to be false alarms. But just last night, she had a very real encounter with armed robbers right at her house.
It's more shocking to know that I've been watched.
This woman who pulls into her driveway has less than a minute before the robbers with guns in the car behind her are standing at her car windows.
I hear a click on the right of my window and a click on the left of my window, and they are two sawed-off shotguns.
She has not to be identified a day after she says teenagers held her up at gunpoint for her car. A neighbor's surveillance camera picked up what happened right before the robbery.
They snatched me out of the car. Driver, assailant, puts the gun to my chest. I feel another gun behind me. They tell me to lay down on the ground.
It happened in South Fulton in a subdivision off Enon Road near Wolf Creek Amphitheater. South Fulton police are investigating. The victim says she had come home from work at around 11 at night, and this time she ignored a feeling that someone was following her.
Any other time that I felt like I've been followed, I'll make a U-turn. I'll drive all the way to the gas station and back. I had every instinct, every single one. I just thought I was being paranoid.
She hopes others will follow their instincts while police look for the robbers, who are considered armed, dangerous, and young.
This child that had a sawed-off shotgun to my face was not older than 17.
Police so far have not announced any arrests. The victim says a detective told her they recovered her car today, but the suspects were able to run away after a brief chase. Live in South Fulton County, Matt Johnson, Channel 2 Action News Nightbeat.
There is breaking news happening in Hawaii. Tonight, in the last 30 minutes, we learned that 2 people are dead. A third person is hurt in a shooting at the Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard near Honolulu. The Navy says a U.S. sailor shot 3 Defense Department civilian workers this afternoon. That sailor then shot and killed himself. The shipyard is right across the harbor from Pearl Harbor National Memorial, where thousands of people are expected to visit this weekend. Saturday marks the 78th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor.
It was a deadly day on local roads. 3 major breaking news stories that we covered live for Channel 2 Action News 4, 5, and 6. Tonight, the backups finally cleared. Here we go. In Southwest Atlanta, police say that a crash killed 2 people. It started with a police pursuit. Officers were chasing a stolen Jeep Cherokee. It slammed into another vehicle. 2 men in that car who had no involvement died. The carjacking suspects are in the hospital. Another deadly accident in Gwinnett County, this one involving a school bus. It happened on Puckett's Mill Road. The driver of an SUV died there. No one on the bus was hurt. Police are still trying to determine who was at fault. And then someone shot and killed a driver. Shot and killed someone along I-285 at Hollowell Parkway in northwest Atlanta. Investigators had it blocked through much of rush hour. From News Chopper 2, we saw police turning vehicles around and going up the wrong way ramp to get off the interstate.
The governor's choice to replace U.S. Senator Johnny Isakson as business owner Kelly Loeffler Governor Kemp made that official announcement today. Loeffler will go to Washington, D.C. at the beginning of the new year. She supports Second Amendment rights, the president's border wall, and Georgia's heartbeat abortion law.
I'm going to fight very hard, not just for Georgians, but for Americans and the ideals that have made us great.
The president and several national conservatives were critical of Loeffler and supported Georgia Congressman Doug Collins for the job instead. The governor says that critics should first give her a chance. So what is next? Isaacson resigns from office at the end of this month. Loeffler will serve until a special election next year. That's November 2020. Georgia voters will choose a senator to fill the remainder of Isaacson's 6-year term in that election. And if that race requires a runoff, voters will go back to the polls in January 2021. And then Georgians will again vote for a senator in 2022, and that would fulfill Isaacson's original 6-year term.
New at 11, a warning tonight for customers of a popular Atlanta-based restaurant. A woman says you need to keep your eye on your bank charges. Atlanta Bread Company charged her 5 times for a single meal. Channel 2's Alyssa Hyman live in Woodstock. Alyssa, the company's aware of this problem, but she still doesn't have her money back.
Not yet. Atlanta Bread Company told me that the issue was isolated just to this location here in Woodstock, but it did last a few days. The spokesperson told me that they are still working through this to make sure everyone impacted gets their money back.
I guess I was just sort of surprised. I never thought that you could go out to lunch and then have something like that happen.
Leanne Wong told me she's still trying to get her money back. 2 weeks ago, she and her husband had lunch at this Atlanta Bread Company in Woodstock. She checked her bank charges the next day and discovered she was charged 5 times for the same lunch.
The first thing I did was contact the Atlanta Bread Company to try and figure out what happened. When I called, the person who answered said, "Oh, is this about the multiple charges?"
When the charges weren't resolved, she eventually reached out to Channel 2. Then I reached out to Atlanta Bread. A spokesperson told me the issue was isolated to the Woodstock location over a few days due to internet connectivity challenges related to construction in the shopping center and work being conducted by the internet phone provider. This resulted in some customers getting duplicate charges to their credit cards once the system came back up. Atlanta Bread says they're still working to ensure customers are refunded. Leanne says she's now working with her bank to get the charges removed.
In under 5 minutes, they said, "You have a case, here's a case number, and we'll fix it for you."
That's because she kept good notes tracking her attempts to get the refund. The other lesson, Leanne says, check your charges.
I think it's very important because timeliness has a lot to do with whether or not you can get those charges rescinded.
Atlanta Bread says they're also working with their point of sale provider to make sure this does not happen again. We're live tonight in Woodstock. Alyssa Hyman, Channel 2 Action News Nightbeat.
Now imagine this, 50 arrests across 4 states, Georgia among them. Now police here are pushing the Secret Service for federal charges against this man for a string of credit card thefts. Joe Breeden says that his card disappeared during a workout at this Roswell, LA Fitness. It was used hours later at a Johns Creek Home Depot. Johns Creek police say this surveillance image shows Thomas Quinones, a man they say has been stealing credit cards across metro Atlanta.
I still don't know how I lost it or if it was stolen. I'm very curious on how the individual got a hold of my card.
Quinones is in the Gwinnett County Jail. Fulton County has 4 arrests out for him.
Romaine lettuce linked to an E. coli outbreak is still in some Georgia stores. The outbreak has sickened 102 people. No reports of any illnesses here in Georgia. The FDA issued a safety advisory urging people not to eat romaine lettuce from specifically Salinas, California. A Cobb County woman asked us why it was still in a local store, though.
I'm thinking, who needs the money that bad that they're selling stuff that could possibly kill someone?
The Georgia Department of Agriculture says since the FDA only issued an advisory, stores are not breaking any rules. It says you should check the lettuce packaging for the place of origin before you buy it. And every year we hear about E. coli outbreaks involving food. We wanted to know which foods are most likely to make you sick, and here's what we found. An 11-year CDC study puts produce at the top of the list, but poultry is most likely to give you a deadly illness. The CDC says it is safe to eat. You just have to make sure it is properly cleaned and cooked.
Now to the impeachment hearings of President Trump, giving you a live look at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. tonight. The House Judiciary Committee has less than 24 hours now to decide if it will hold another hearing next week. Today's hearing featured testimony from a panel of law professors and attorneys. Democrats called Noah Feldman from Harvard, Pamela Karlan from Stanford, Michael Gerhardt, who teaches at the University of North Carolina. Republicans called Jonathan Turley, an attorney and a professor from George Washington University.
We thank all of our witnesses for participating.
The House Judiciary Committee's impeachment hearing on Capitol Hill is now over. The committee has about 24 hours to decide if it will hold another hearing next week. It could include testimony from Democratic and GOP staff attorneys on the House Intelligence Committee who would present their findings of the investigations. Today, a panel of constitutional scholars testified before the Judicial Committee.
If Congress fails to impeach here, then the impeachment process has lost all meaning. If you're going to accuse a president of bribery, you need to make it stick, because you're trying to remove a duly elected president of the United States.
The question posed, what did the Founding Fathers even mean? What was their intent behind treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors? The three law professors invited by Democrats agreed.
President Trump has abused his office by corruptly soliciting President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine to announce investigations of his political rivals.
Soliciting itself is the impeachable offense.
The Republicans' constitutional attorney says the process Democrats followed was flawed.
His call was anything but perfect. This is not how you impeach an American president.
President Trump weighed in from overseas.
It is the most unfair thing that anybody's ever seen.
The Judiciary Committee now expected to draft and consider articles of impeachment here in the next few days. The White House has a Friday deadline to decide whether to participate in any future hearings.
Well, it is not every day you see a burglar slithering across the floor, so this is not your normal burglary. Rome police are searching for this guy. He peeled back part of a tin roof to get inside Purdy Electric this morning. Police say he didn't even take anything. They do believe he may be the same person who broke into about a dozen cars and trucks in the Somerville Park area Monday night. Call police if you can identify that man.
Clear and cold tonight, but I'm tracking some changes. I'll show you when the clouds move in, our next chance of rain, and the impact it could have for part of the weekend. I'll have the updated timeline.
Bitter winter weather hasn't arrived in Georgia yet, but the DOT says it's ready and prepared for when it does.
A neighborhood's on edge right now after surveillance video caught a large coyote roaming around.
So that thing right there.
Why Georgia DNR says they're not going to even try to capture it.
Closed captioning sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone. Pound Law, that's all.
Time to get up. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7. Fred, Linda, Mark, and Brian are in the morning. Together, they'll prepare you for the day ahead. With Triple Team Traffic and News Chopper 2, live reports on the important stories, updated throughout your morning. Plus, Brian brings you the most accurate weather forecasts, and he's covered it all. Hurricanes, floods, tornadoes. Join Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7. Coverage you can count on.
We sign off.
We sign off.
We sign off so you can sign on.
The Sign Then Drive event is on. Lease a new 2019 Jetta. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month, and 0 due at signing.
Welcome back to Atlanta for Walmart's Obvious Choice Challenge. Aaron, we shopped the same grocery list at 2 different stores, and one of these carts costs over $22 less. At Walmart, we saved over $1 on this sweet tea. And we saved 67 cents per pound on these natural chicken thighs. So, which cart has more savings?
It's Walmart.
You win! The Walmart cart is over $22 less. Let's see what the judges say.
Shop Walmart.
Hot dang, a perfect score!
And see how much you could save.
When you care about someone more than yourself, you change. Everyone deserves a guardian. Guardian Insurance.
It's Woodstock Furniture and Mattress Outlet's Super Saturday Sale. Saturday only, take up to 20% off store-wide or get 0 interest for 72 months. The Super Saturday Sale at Woodstock Furniture and Mattress Outlet. Buy it today, get it today.
We sign off so you can sign on.
Now during the Sign Then Drive event, you can lease a new 2019 Atlas for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
New at 11, home surveillance video caught this large coyote on camera early this morning. You see it right there on someone's driveway. Now, it does have some people in that neighborhood concerned, especially about their pets. Channel 2's Justin Wilfon is live in the DeKalb County neighborhood. And Justin, they haven't seen that coyote, good thing, since this morning.
Yeah, that's right, Jovita. So far, no sign of that coyote out here tonight. But this morning, yes, it was a much different story. Take a look. Neighbors saw this large coyote roaming around this neighborhood.
That thing right there. Goodness. Very dangerous.
A new neighbor in DeKalb County captured on video. And some people wish he'd move out.
I want to see the coyote destroyed. I mean, it's in an urban area. There's children around here. Small pets.
A neighbor gave me this surveillance footage of the large coyote prowling around this neighborhood on Harrington Drive in North Decatur. Several neighbors told me they're concerned about their small dogs.
She's got a fenced-in yard, and I'll just make double sure that I don't let her go out at night.
One neighbor told me he didn't see the coyote, but
I hear them. I hear coyotes at night.
The Department of Natural Resources told me neighbors should call a private trapper if they want the coyote removed. But DNR did give me this advice on what to do if neighbors encounter a coyote. Never run from a coyote, just walk away. Try to make a loud noise to scare it off. And if you're walking a small dog, pick it up to get it out of harm's way. Neighbors told me they'll stay on guard around their new neighbor.
I want to protect my dog a little bit.
And one of the best things you can do to keep those coyotes away from your property is keep your pet food and garbage inside. Reporting live in DeKalb County tonight, Justin Wilfon, Channel 2 Action News, Nightbeat.
Happening now, people digging out from heavy snow in New Hampshire. And if you think Southerners get a bad rap for driving in the snow, well, look at what happened here with this plow driver.
Holy geese! That's what happened this morning.
Well, now Georgia's Department of Transportation is using this storm to remind everyone, you know what, we're just about to winter. GDOT told us today it has 71,000 tons of gravel stockpiled along more than 53,000 tons of salt to spread on our roadways and the ability to produce 50,000 gallons of brine per hour, just in case. There's no need to treat the roads here tonight, of course.
No, of course not, and hopefully not for weeks and weeks. Meteorologist Brad Nitz live in Severe Weather Center 2.
Yeah, so we do have a pattern change where we're going to get a little wetter here over the next few days, looking at towards the end of the week and the weekend. But in the short term, a mostly clear sky above the world's busiest airport tonight. Temperatures actually made it up to 60 degrees this afternoon with sunshine. That was nice. We are chilly now and getting cold overnight. We're in the mid 40s. The air is dry and a light westerly wind now at 8 miles an hour. As you wake up tomorrow morning, get the kids off to the bus stop, a mostly clear sky above. It'll be cold with temperatures generally mid 30s across most of metro Atlanta, upper 30s in the city. By the afternoon, warmer, even warmer than today, as we're going to get up into the low to mid 60s. That'll be nice. Satellite and radar picture shows the clear sky that we had through much of the day. But I want to point this out. You see this northwesterly flow, and you can see it traced out here with a little bit of cloud cover. That's kept us in the fairly cool air over the last few days. But change is coming beginning tonight and into tomorrow morning. Mostly clear and cold in the 30s. But you see this high pressure center? That's going to slide in and just to our south through the day tomorrow. It's going to mean lighter wind. We'll keep the sunshine. But remember, winds blow clockwise around high pressure, which means we're going to have a light southerly wind tomorrow. You combine that with the sunshine, and despite a chilly start, it's going to be that nice warm up in the afternoon. Here's the temperatures. Upper 20s in the mountains, down below freezing there. But for the rest of us, although cold, we'll stay above freezing. Upper 30s in the city, 39 is the average low this time of year for Atlanta. But the suburbs getting down into the mid 30s, the cold spot Cartersville at 33. And then highs tomorrow up into the 60s, 63 in Atlanta, 6 above average, mid 60s south of I-20 and east towards Athens. All the while, a mostly sunny sky through the afternoon tomorrow. Clouds going to thicken up after that. Rain returns in the forecast Friday. Not Friday morning. Here we are, 8 a.m. Some clouds, but dry. So we've got several opportunities for rain over the next several days. So let me take you through the timeline. Here's our thinking now. Friday afternoon and evening, we'll deal with some showers. So you start to think about Friday evening plans kicking off the weekend. Yeah, there'll be some wet weather out there. But it won't last all night or into Saturday. Saturday's partly cloudy. lot going on. Of course, big ball game downtown. We're looking at a mix of sun and clouds and dry conditions for your Saturday plans. Sunday, a different story. We're going to have a cool easterly wind set up, very shallow layer of cool air near the ground, but just up above that, slightly warmer and more humid air from the Gulf of Mexico rides up over it. And the reason that's important is that's the setup that gives us low clouds, light rain, and drizzle, and cool temperatures. That's what I expect for Sunday. So Saturday looks certainly to be the better day of the weekend, and we're going to keep periods of rain off and on Monday and into Tuesday as well. So you add it all up, rainfall here over the next 7 days, Friday through Tuesday. Here's what we're looking at. Generally in the blue, that's 1/2 to 1 inch. A few isolated spots in the mountains could get a little over an inch where you see that purple. Here's your 5-day forecast of the weekend, always in view. Mostly sunny and 63 tomorrow. Mostly cloudy with some isolated showers Friday, high of 57. Again, Saturday, mainly dry, that 20% chance of rain for the early morning hours. Better chance of light rain and cool temperatures on Sunday and Monday to the mid-60s with showers. Fish and game forecast for tomorrow, not all that great. We'll be briefly up into the good range with a peak at 8:40. And meteorologist Brian Monahan's back tomorrow morning. He'll be updating you on the timing of that rain for Friday.
Brett, thank you. A fight over a neighborhood fence takes a colorful turn. We're getting answers from the woman who painted this.
This statue stood over downtown Atlanta for more than a century. Now some people say that's enough. We're questioning the students behind the push to remove it.
Here is another look at tonight's winning Powerball numbers.
The Fish and Game Report is brought to you by EMC Security.
The Children's Christmas Parade, benefiting Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It's holiday fun for the whole family. Saturday at 10:30 on Channel 2. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Is that too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Huh?
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. What's the ultimate dream for your business?
We have this hunger project
Okay.
that I give back to the kids to buy food.
How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Drive safe for less. Right now at AutoNation, buy and install 4 new tires and get up to a $75 rebate. Plus, no interest if paid in full within 6 months with the AutoNation credit card. Service your car today at the AutoNation store near you.
Gift giving time! Five Below's a gift giver's dream. You can give and give again. And again. And again.
Twister and Nickelodeon.
Reese's and Oreo.
Everything Elsa and Olaf.
Coolest gifts, $5 and below.
You're barking up the right tree.
Five Below.
Just go!
Attention, this is a consumer health alert. According to these reports, medical device companies in Georgia have been releasing ethylene oxide into the exposed areas shown on this map. People exposed are at a much higher risk of developing certain types of cancers. If you've lived or worked in these affected areas and have developed any of these cancers, call local attorney Michael Joffroy immediately. 404-800-2000. His firm has the experience and resources to help you and your family. Protect your rights. Call 404-800-2000 right now.
The world awaits. The divine culture's return. Shenyun. Returning to Cobb Energy Center, January 3rd through 12th. Tickets at shenyun.com/Atlanta.
Drive safe for less. Right now at AutoNation, buy and install 4 new tires and get up to a $75 rebate. Plus, no interest if paid in full within 6 months with the AutoNation credit card. Service your car today at the AutoNation store near you.
Weather presented by Montlick & Associates. Injured? Dial #WIN from your cell phone.
Well, there's an old saying that good fences make good neighbors, but maybe that's not how it works in one case. Donna Paul installed a 6-foot privacy fence on her lot on Trotter's Walk. This is in Newton County, but her neighbors complained the county forced her to cut down the fence to just 4 feet. So then she decided to paint the remaining fence these bright colors.
That paint is a 20-year warranty paint, so within 15 years, if it needs to be repainted, it'll be painted the same color.
So we checked with the county. There are no regulations on paint color.
Students at Georgia State University are calling on Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms to remove a statue of Henry Grady from downtown Atlanta. Georgia State's Student Government Association, the University Black Student Alliance, and the Young Democrats of Georgia signed this editorial appearing in GSU's student paper. It says Grady was a supporter of white supremacy and opposed voting rights for Black Americans. The mayor's office has not responded.
The birthplace of Southern rock is reborn. A historic Georgia studio is getting new life thanks to a new generation.
Having a look at Wall Street today, we had a nice one. Dow Jones Industrial's up nearly 147 points, NASDAQ higher by 46.
The Stock Report is brought to you by Southeast Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today.
You know when you're at Ross and you realize it's time your sister stopped borrowing your sweaters?
Yeah.
That's yes for less.
Stop stealing mine.
Never. Holiday gifts everyone's sure to love at 20 to 60% off department store prices. At Ross, yes for less.
We call it the Mother Standard of Care, and it's helped us set the standard for how we care for each of our cancer patients.
Wow.
Like Job. When he was diagnosed with cancer, Job was afraid his older daughter would only remember Dad as being sick and weak, and that his baby girl wouldn't remember him at all. When Job came to Cancer Treatment Centers of America, his doctors and care team created a personalized plan to treat both his cancer and side effects to help him stay strong throughout his treatment. Job's team also provided emotional support for his wife, Sarah. That way he could focus on his most important job, just being Dad. That's the Mother Standard of Care. This is how we inspire hope. This is how we heal. Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Appointments available now.
In this case, it's definitely not true that you get what you pay for because you get more. With a full schedule, I really didn't see myself sitting in a class for 3 and 4 hours. AP was the one that offered the best options for me to be able to balance my work and life. If it meant to take my laptop on a very long car ride, then that's what I would do. I was looking for flexibility and program affordability. I found it at APU. My name is Javanka Rodriguez, and I'm an APU graduate.
Busy. That's life for you. Stay on for all of it with the know-how you need right now. Stop by Batteries Plus Bulbs for screen repair, key fob programming, battery replacement, and more. Learn more at batteriesplus.com.
You know when you're at Ross and you realize you are the hostess with the mostest?
Yes.
Yeah, that's yes for less. Entertain in style all season long. It feels even better when you find it for less. At Ross, yes for less.
New at 11, the recording studio that was sort of the birthplace of Southern rock is going to be saved. It's called Capricorn Studios, and it's down in Macon. The studio is where bands like the Allman Brothers, the Charlie Daniels Band, the Marshall Tucker Band got their start back in the 70s. The historic studio reopened this week after years of restoration work by Mercer University and other supporters. So that's
good.
A slice of history there.
I mean, you can hear the songs if you walk in that place. That's
Very
cool. One of the most popular players to ever put on a Falcons uniform receives the ultimate honor for the team this weekend. Up next, what Roddy White says today about entering the Ring of Honor.
Channel 2 Action News, sponsored by Atlanta Toyota in Duluth, Georgia's #1 volume Toyota dealer.
Hi, I'm Jesse Palmer. Why did I want to be the new Rooms to Go guy? I like what they do for people like me, who struggle putting a room together. Rooms to Go is unique. It's a different shopping experience, displaying their furniture in easy-to-see room packages, like the perfect preview. Rooms created by their design team to save you the trouble. Basically, it's everything you want. Great style, great service, great price, especially on their room packages. Rooms to Go just makes decorating easy.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day.
Hey, can you give me the class? You guys need some help?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
JJ Watt.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Check it out, man.
Yeah. What are you guys doing out here?
We're just doing the right thing.
What's the dream?
My dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
I appreciate you having me out.
You can swing a mean net, man.
BrandsMart USA's hot holiday deals are here. Take home this 4-cup espresso cappuccino maker for a low $29.88. Or this LG 65-inch 4K TV for only $448.88. Don't miss these hot holiday deals only at BrandsMart USA.
holly, fa la 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 la. How wonderful. Oh, here you go.
A holiday scratcher. Oh, joyous night.
Tis the season to be holly, fa la 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 la.
I think they're gone.
It's the gift everyone wants to get. Get the holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
BrandsMart USA's hot holiday deals are here. Take home an Apple iPad now only $249. Or this Samsung front-load washer and dryer just $1149.76 for the pair. Don't miss these hot holiday deals only at BrandsMart USA.
Sports on Channel 2 is presented by Racetrack. In the mood for whatever? Then get whatever gets you going at Racetrack.
After snapping their 10-game losing streak on Monday with a win over Golden State, the Hawks had a chance tonight to do something they have not done since the first 2 games of the season. That's win back-to-back games. Off to State Farm Arena, where Trae Young and Cam Reddish lit it up tonight. Pick it up in the fourth quarter. Reddish comes around a screen and drains the 3 from the left wing. A career-high 25 points for the Hawks rookie. A few minutes later, it's Young driving in the paint, draws the foul, and gets the floater to fall. Young with 39 points and 10 assists. And out of the 20 games he's played this season, it is the 11th time he's gone for 30 or more. However, Brooklyn pulls away in the end as they go on to the 130-118 victory. On the college front, over at the McCamish Pavilion tonight, it was Georgia Tech hosting Nebraska, and part of that Big Ten ACC Challenge. A sophomore guard, Michael DeVoe, feeling it. 2 games after setting a career high with 34. He scores 27 points tonight. That's the second most in his career. Tech goes on to win it by 17. The Jackets have won 2 straight. They get set to host Syracuse as they visit Atlanta on Saturday afternoon. Over at Stegman Coliseum tonight, Bulldogs back home for the first time in 2 weeks as they hosted NC Central. No problem against the Eagles as Georgia finished with 4 players in double figures. They're led by who else? Anthony Edwards, who had 21. Rashawn Evans added 19. 95-59 your final. The Bulldogs snap a 2-game losing streak and now have 10 days off before traveling west to take on Arizona State in Tempe. You know, in a season with very few reasons to stand up and cheer, Falcons fans are guaranteed at least one moment of pure joy on Sunday when the team hosts Carolina. At halftime, Roddy White, who retired as the team's all-time leading receiver, is being honored by the Falcons and will head into the team's Ring of Honor.
You know, it hasn't really hit me yet. Probably on Sunday, I'll probably, you know, when everything starts really going. But I just feel like it's special. It's a special moment for me and my family. And my kids and things like that. It's something, you know, that'll be there for the rest of my life.
You know, he's one of the most fun people you could ever play with. I mean, he's got the best smile of anybody going. And he could kind of, you know, brighten up everybody's day with his personality.
So true. Always smile. I never saw the guy in a bad mood. Right. Looking forward to Sunday, halftime against Carolina, going into the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, very nice.
Well
Congratulations,
yes.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Zach. And we thank you for counting on Channel 2 Action News. Don't forget to download our free news and weather apps for your smartphones and for your tablets.
And Roddy, thanks for signing my kid's poster.
Aww.
Good dude. Congrats, man.
WSB TV is a Cox Media Group station.
Leah Michelle, Jimmy Smits, and holiday gifts.
Try it on.
Do I have to? Next live.
Tomorrow at 9, sponsored by AquaGuard.
At Montlick & Associates, we know what it takes to win. If you're injured, learn how we can help. Call 1-800-LAW-NEED or dial #WIN from your cell phone.
Bojangles' juicy hickory smoked bacon is almost as good as our biscuits. Almost. Get 2 bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits for just $4. It's Bo time.
If you're injured, hire a lawyer who will fight for every penny you deserve. Last year, we recovered $1 billion for our clients. There's only one, Morgan & Morgan.
It's a soul-stirring rendition of the Christmas story, Black Nativity, at the Cobb Energy Center. Get $7 off select tickets. Visit WSBTV.com/community. Family to family and Kroger. Community coverage you can count on.
Visit markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer and start packing.
Today could be that day.
Good evening, Georgia. I'm John Crow with your Cash 3, Cash 4, and Fantasy Finite drawings. Let's start it off with Cash 3. Your first winning number is 2. That's followed by 0, and your final winning number is 7. Again, if you have the numbers 2, 0, and 7, congratulations. Now let's head over and play Cash 4. Here we go. Your first winning number is 8. That's followed by 4. Up next we have 0. Your final winning number is 4. Again, if you have numbers 8, 4, 0, and 4 in any winning combination, way to go. On to Fantasy 5. Tonight's jackpot is an estimated $45,000. Your numbers are 42, followed by 21. Up next we have 2. That's followed by 8. And your final Fantasy 5 number is 34. Again, those numbers are 42, 21, 2, 8, and 34. Remember, Cash for Life drowns are 7 nights a week. Here are tonight's winning numbers: 23, 44, 46, 49, 56, and the cash ball is 3.
Ashley Home Stores bringing your favorite styles home for the holidays and wishing you happy Holly savings. Get up to 25% off or get 0% interest for 72 months with no minimum purchase. Ashley Home Store. This is home.